Welcome to this class on the features of the Northeast India, which is the sixth semester of the BA Honors Political Science under the Manipur University. So we have discussed some of the characteristics and features of the Northeast India, including the historical background, then also the geographical features, which has impact on the politics and also the life, socioeconomy, and other aspects. So today we'll discuss the another features of the Northeast India, ethnic and cultural diversities. So for you have multiple ethnic groups. In terms of culture, we have a lot of diversities. So in the region, before we come to the factors, let's understand what is an ethnic group. A group of people which have the similar characteristics, background, features. Say language is one, so the person who knows that language, they are categorized as a one group. For instance, Assamese, Ahom, or the Nagas, or for the matter Bodo or Meitei. So you have this language which can be communicated in that particular same language. Of course, there can be variation within the language, but that's one character. Then you have the cultural characteristics which are similar in terms of dress, in terms of food, in terms of the other, the activities, even. So this is the kind of one categorized what we call the ethnic group. So you have multiple of those ethnic groups. Of course, in the religious sense, you may have a different religions. Okay, say among the Meiteis, you have people who follow the Hinduism, who follow the Sanamahi, who follow the Buddhism, or even who follow the Christian. So religion can be one, but it may not be the always when you identify who is an ethnic group or what is an ethnic group. So geographical and historical factors have played important role in such diversities. And as we discussed, the region has mountain ranges, you have the hill ranges, you have several rivers and valleys contributing to this kind of ethnic identity. And those who are in the plain area, you have a similar kind of cultural or linguistic affiliation or the interaction because of the interaction and the economic and administrative and political factors. So you also have what is called the historical factors. One is, of course, the migration. People keep moving from one to another. Then you have a conquest, invasion, and also you have a longer period of the British colonial rule, which has brought many such changes in terms of ideas, in terms of the ethnic groups which were not there before in the Northeast. So because of the administration, say you can talk about the Bengalis for the administration, for the agricultural activities, the tribal groups from the central India for tea plantation, like that. And also you have the Nepalese population and other trading communities coming during the colonial period. Of course, you had the before also, but the large scale migration of the people also there. But also you have people coming from the neighboring countries like Myanmar or Burma at that particular point of time. So people also moving out of the region also. So in that sense, migration is a phenomena all over the world. And other thing, the one factor which is very important is the location of the Northeast India. If you look at the South Asia, which consists of India, then Pakistan, then the what is called the Sri Lanka, or for that matter Bangladesh. Today's Bangladesh. Okay, so you have this similar characteristic in terms of language and religion kind of a thing. Of course, despite the variation. On the other hand, you have what is called the Southeast Asia. Today's context, we have 10 Asian countries like Burma, Thailand, then the Malaysia, then the other countries are there. So Northeast is located in between. So because of that, you have the cultural and other influences and even the migration in the region. So you have the variation, and these are some of the the factors we can think about the diversity in terms of ethnic groups and also the cultural diversities. Now, for our understanding, simple understanding, we can divide the people or the population into three distinct categories. One, what we call is the hill tribes. People who are living in the hills, most of them are in the ST categories, what we call scheduled tribe, under the Indian constitution. Other is the plain tribes. The Bodo is a kind of example in the plain tribe, and even in Manipur you have, the Kabui Naga or Kabuis, which is also considered kind of a plain tribe, which are a little bit different from the other thing. Now, another classification, third is, what is called a non-tribal population. Of course, it's a various. You have the Meiteis, then you have the Assamese, the Bengali-speaking people, then you have whole lot of other who don't belong to the tribal population or the ST category. So, these are the broad classification we can think about. But please remember, its classification, suppose hill tribe, then you have a lot of differences in terms of language and culture, even the religion. Among the plain type also you have a group. What I'm trying to say is that the three classifications are all heterogeneous groups, and within the tribal population group, you have in terms of language, and the dialects, you have over 100 in the context of India, within the tribal population, and each tribe has its own language and a culture, and you have the ethnic groups largely belonging to what is called the Tibeto Burman or Indo-Tibetan, Indo-Burmese, Meitei, Kukisins, Sai, Tans, and of course you have the Indo-Aryan and the Dravidians, and it is considered historically the Indo-Dravidian and Aryans, Indo-Aryans and the Dravidians are, later period they came to this region. So that is the kind of understanding we have. In the plain area, the majority of the population are Hindus, and it is followed by the Muslims. So just look at this point. In terms of the inhabitation, the plain areas are lived by the non-tribal population largely, but within that, the Hindus and the Muslims are the dominant groups. But the Christian population are there, but Mizoram, Nagaland, and Meghalaya, they are, over 90% are the Christian population. Of course, you have the Christian population in other states, including Manipur also. You have other smaller population in terms of religion. Buddhism is there. For Sanamahi among the Meiteis, we do not follow the Hinduism, but only follow the what is called the traditional Meitei religion. Okay, so you have a diverse group of kind of a thing. Now let's come to some, from your examination point of view. This is also important to understand. Otherwise, also, let's see some of the what is called the scheduled tribe population. There are over 200, okay, in North India. So huge number. So in Assam, let's say Bodos is one example, Misings, Karbis, then the Dimasas and Kasaris. In the Nagaland, you have Konyak, Aus, Semas, Angamis, Lotha. Of course, it's much more than that. And in Tripura, you have Tripuris, Riangs, Zamatias, Chakmas, and Halams. Okay. In Arunachal Pradesh, you have Monpas, Apatanis, Adis, Kamtis, Wanchos, etc. Okay, in Mizoram, you have Lusai, Mar, Thangnans, Pangs, Lakhis, Riangs, and Chakmas. So you have this kind of scheduled tribe population, different. Of course, I am just give some example. It's a huge number. Now let's come to the the Muslims. There are Muslim populations, sizable population, but one characteristic of the Muslim population in the region is that you have the linguistic affiliation or the linguistic identity in the place where they are living. So, you have the Bengali speaking Muslims, you have the Assamese speaking Muslims. In Manipur, you'll have the Manipuri or Meiteilon speaking Muslims. So, according to the location where they are living, area they're living, you have this variation among the Muslim population. Of course, you have the large Bengali population in Tripura. I just want to mention this fact. Historically, the indigenous or the tribal population was a majority, but subsequent to partition and other by 1970 or 71 population, and today you have the Bengali are the dominant group in Tripura, but they are also Bengalis are so in other parts of the India, including in Assam. Okay, so you have the trading communities, smaller numbers from the rest of India, Marwari or Rajasthani, Punjabis, and of course the workforce from the UP, Bihar, and other places. So these are the diversities we have. Before I come to the uh, before I come to the conclude for today's, I just want to say a little briefly about Manipur. In Manipur, is also one of the diverse group. We have over 40 ethnic groups in Manipur. Among them, over 30 tribes, largely settled or inhabiting in the hill areas, are recognized as ST or scheduled tribe. You have Aimol, okay, Monyang, Monsang, largely in Changdil area. Of course, Anal is also there. You have Paite, Mar, Gangte, of course, Waifei, then Maring, Tangkul. Tangkul is largely concentrated in the Ukul district. You have Mau Maram, Paumei in the the Senapati district and other district, other areas also. But you also have the Thadau, which is the largest tribal population in Manipur. Okay, so you have broad classification. Meitei largely settled in the valley area. You have the Nagas. Nagas again is a diverse group. You have various tribal groups which forms the Naga or Naga identity. You have Kuki-Sin Mizo groups, which have also again various groups in the Manipur. You also have smaller population of the other people like Nepalis, Biharis, Bengalis, etc. So one interesting thing before I conclude is about the geographical. One is the diversity, of course, ethnic groups and the cultural linguistic groups. Other is the Manipur context is very interesting. The location, geographical features, and also the political factors have made Manipur different from the rest of the India, or for the matter in the world. As in the geographical sense, as a political entity, it is one of the oldest. You may have different name in Kangmei Park, or for the matter Manipur, after the Hinduism came in the 18th century, where it is considered that Manipur has been changed from the Kangmei Park or other names. But it has the same kind of status. Of course, to define the diversity is due to the fact that you have a central valley, and it is being surrounded by the several ranges of the hill areas, hill ranges. So therefore, you have a constant interaction among the people in the valley area and also the different people living in the hills. And because of the Manipur has a long monarchical rule for many centuries, so you have to develop certain kind of a culture, certain kind of a unity bonding. Of course, you have a problem also, but what I'm trying to say is that this evolution is also conditioned by the geography, conditioned by the history, as I said, long rule of the monarchical system. And that's why we continue as a political entity, of course, despite these challenges. So that's the difference between Assam or, for the matter, other states where you have the, evolution or the transformation or the, the backing of the political identity. In the context of Manipur, we have to see this because of diversity. Of course, yes, in the context of now, you have the democratization process and the other things are coming up. But you also another classification as per the Indian Constitution. So you have the what is called the general category. You also have the OBC, other backward classes. You also have what is called the SC, scheduled caste, and also you have the what is called the ST, scheduled tribe population. These are the categorization as per the Indian Constitution and political system, and all of them exist in the are there in the Northeast India. But one irony is that you have new groups, new ethnic groups demanding ST status. Okay, so our homes are demanding in Assam for the matter, and also in Meiteis are demanding. Of course, you have a similar demands in other parts of India for inclusion into a certain kind of category ST. But also you have certain kind of privileges, certain kind of a concession to the ST population, including the protection of the land and also job, reservation in job and concession of other things. So these are also reality around us, and it has an impact on our political and economic life. But one irony is that those who are in the ST list, they are not moving out. In fact, there is no demand not to be included in the ST list. So it indicates that over the years, the social, economic, and also the political transformation, despite it being democratic system, we are still living with those the historical or the traditional based identities, and it has an impact on the politics also. For today we'll end here. Tomorrow we'll take up the socio-economic development in the Northeast India, and also the political conditions. That will be the last lecture, and thank you for joining the class.